Here, let's do the poll question right now. All right, what is your mindset after last night's loss? You got four choices. One, hey, Vegas said 8 or 9 wins, and that's what's actually winning right now for the folks who went online and played earlier. Your other option, I'm okay. Lots of guys are hurt, understanding it. Next, I'm not sure about this Heupel cat. I don't know, starting to have questions. And then the last one, fire him, move on. 16% say fire Josh Heupel and move on. Use your smartphone. Click the QR code right there beneath the Hearthside Bank logo. Let us know your feelings. What is your mindset after last night's loss to Oklahoma? Vegas, right now, it's the rational folks. It's the rational folks. We'll see if that shifts a little bit.
Give it time.
Where's Chuck? What's Chuck doing with his phone?
The mad folks haven't woke up yet.
Okay. Tennessee was up 7-0. They had run 13 plays for 130 yards on their first 2 drives. They forced Oklahoma into a quick punt. They were sitting at the Sooners' 24-yard line. And then comes the blindside sack of Joey Aguilar as he tried to throw the pass. Fumble, returned for a touchdown, and somehow Oklahoma was tied with Tennessee despite having 116 fewer yards. Mike Stoll, let's start with what happened on that play, diagnosis.
Yeah, so if you look at the way that it was broken down, it's a run-pass option. You had everybody bringing the house. You had, I think it was Brazel broken inside on a slant route and wide open. I mean, that was a touchdown, no question about it. But what happened is on the backside, you had David Sanders step down inside. He had an outside guy. He needs to protect that outside edge, and he didn't. So it was a busted play by him. And also, you saw him kind of realize it too late, and he tried to recover. Yeah. I think that's the other thing is that's a freshman. And look, I don't blame him for it. It was a freshman mistake. It was a bust. We all bust plays. But I think also when he tried to react, I think you see the difference that he doesn't quite understand the speed of the game, right? If that happens, you're like, oh, I got to get back. He's like, oh, I have to get back, but it was too late to react.
And he's going against a really good Oklahoma defense.
Absolutely, he is.
He hasn't played much this year, but still, that's
And so if I'm offensive line coach, I say, hey, you know what? No matter what, we always put a hat on him. Period. Put a hat on him. And so if I'm up here, I'm like, that's the guy I got to put a hat on. I'm the end man on the line of scrimmage. I got to put a hat on him. Again, it was a busted play, not something you want to see. I don't want to beat the guy down for it because he made a mistake. No. It was a freshman mistake. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean we've had to say that about poor Ty Redmond being thrown in there all year. When you're playing freshmen, it's hard to find guys who are going to be spectacular all night long. Daniel, you wanted to jump in there?
Yeah. I think Mike's completely right on the breakdown of it. The only thing that I thought you missed too was you didn't have a championship effort after the busted play. Ethan Davis didn't run hard. You didn't see David Sanders run hard. To me, that was the most disappointing thing that I saw on that play. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to bust plays. You're going to have the ball just bounce a crazy bounce to catch perfectly one-handed by a defensive end. But every single player on the Tennessee offense should be running to chase it down, and that didn't happen. That's what lost.
It was a slow roll down toward the end. I mean, the guy pulled a hamstring. Now, he had a circle around him. Nobody was going to get him, but you would have liked to have seen somebody. Somebody could have caught up to him.
It was not a scoop and sprint because he's fighting off Kitzelman, which
he almost ran himself out of bounds.
And he's. I mean, if you come in and you can bowling ball, knock some people over, maybe push them out of bounds. But that's a great point.
Not to quote Butch Jones, but you got to have
championship effort.
You got to have 6 seconds, 3 great efforts. We didn't get it on that play, and it was just that was the pivotal moment of the game. And football games come down to 1 or 2 plays. You got to have that effort.
It was 63. What was it? 63. 63.
Which I have heard Kurt Signetti say something similar.
Yeah.
So
great. Butch Jones.
Two great coaches.
Yeah.
They're cut from the same cloth.
All right. So Sterling, I'll go to you, and then we'll get Josh in here, and then everybody can just take a free for all here. I don't like doing the ifs and buts stuff because you could do it the other way too. But when it's this big, I would allow it even in the other direction. I don't know 5 minutes into a game if I've ever seen a game flip on one play the way that one did. I don't think, knowing what John Mateer looked like last night and what that Oklahoma offense looked like last night, if you score there and you're up 14-0 and the play and it was drawn up and it was there, if they execute, it's touchdown. You're up 14-0. I don't think Aguilar is then he's trying to throw into coverage. I don't think Oklahoma can come back. I think you win that game. It's hard to say one play turned a game. That play to me, 5 minutes in, was the difference between winning and losing. Am I overplaying it, or do you think
I think
that was
absolutely
it?
Right. It was a great call unfortunate situation by a freshman lineman. I agree with Daniel about not chasing the guy down. I love to see a Malik Foreman deal right there. But that play hurt. But what play that hurt me most was the ref calling the chestnut forward on the receiver, and we scored a touchdown there. I mean, I've been around a lot of football, John.
Well, that's just his way of saying they're not
never seen that call made.
They said it on
ever.
ESPN. It was basically
Ever.
that was just his way of vocalizing that they weren't set because he threw in Oklahoma too.
But
he voiced it.
Call.
Yeah,
that was a big call to me. I mean, but
okay, back to the play.
I'm going to play, but that is part of the play also.
Yeah. Okay. Thoughts on the? Do you think? Am I overstating that Tennessee wins if you score that touchdown there?
Well, you should be a lot more confident. Of course, we don't know. But what we know is that then all of a sudden there's a lot more pressure on John Mateer, who's still trying to figure things out in the passing game. He's a great athlete, can make plays, but that passing attack is nothing that should scare an opposing defense.
It's gotten worse as the season has gone on for
And
them.
Tennessee's defensive front would then be able to be aggressive in going after him to try to attack him in the pass game, as well as Oklahoma's defense. They had just given up a long touchdown drive, and they had just allowed Tennessee into their territory with another penalty. If Tennessee scores twice on their defense, all of a sudden the pressure's on them too to play better. They got a mulligan. It's an even game despite their early miscues. So they were given a clean slate despite Tennessee outplaying them early on.
Yeah. And now, that was the old ifs and buts, candy and nuts. What a Merry Christmas to be. You're a Coach JTM, but still.
Took away all the thunder of my dark mode.
There went your dark mode. I thought that was supposed to make everybody play so much better. All right.